All right, welcome in, race fans. Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the iRacing Fast Series. Tonight from Limaland Speedway, round 3 of the Renegades Upper Midwest Sprint Car Series. Little short series, 4 weeks. This is week number 3. We'll show you the points here in just a couple of minutes. These guys got about a minute and a half of practice left. Winner of the series is going to be up for a free ride. Keely Emerson putting up his sprint car. Give the guy that wins this series a chance to get in it and race for real. All right, now I do know that Mr. Michael Sheridan is leading the points. Let's get those up for you guys real quickly here. Michael Sheridan, 192 points. Braden Eiler at 166, so about a 26-point difference there. We know that Eiler has a win in the series. Mr. Sheridan has a pair of third-place finishes. Brett Wheeler picked up the win last week, but you can see who all has what points there. It's Sheridan, Eiler, Scott, Brickley, and Kirkman, the top 5. These guys in here getting ready for qualifying. We're going to do our national anthem real quick, so stay tuned for that.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, thank you, Mr. Foley. As always, that's going to get us through qualifying. Braden Eiler, quick qualifier tonight. We are looking at 3 heat races tonight. Top 4 from each heat going straight to the feature, and then we'll pull 4 guys out of our B main. Set them into the back of the field. Get down here, go through the grid real quick. On the pole, Kinzer Sim Racing Team, Border Tire, Wicked Cushion, Dirt Racing Network. Number 5 out of Franklin, Pennsylvania, Braden Eiler. On his outside, the Ultimate Dirt TV, Tim Sims, Black Diamond Motorsports, number 1X. He is out of Pittsburgh, Indiana. It's Mason Hennigan. Row 2 on the inside, a 15 car of Carter Chevalier, and on his outside, the Wicked Cushion JMB Medical Dave Blaney Sim Team. And I don't think that's right. I think that's Brett Marks Sim Team now. I think that's the Baps Motor Speedway sponsored car right there. It's Farmington, Minnesota's Michael Sheridan, your points leader. On the inside of the third row, the 10 car, Cole Kirkman. And on his outside is going to be Blake Anderson in the 12. Xander Coleman starting inside of row number 4 in the 5 car. The 2 car, SKD Stewart Family Farms. Double Deuce Racing out of Cardinals Grove, Minnesota. It's Chris Vogel. And on the back row, by himself, the 24 car of Francis Major. So 9 cars scheduled to be in this one. Good look at the cars sitting as they are on the grid. We are waiting on Blake Anderson and Francis Major to grid cars for the start of this race. If they do not grid, they will automatically go to our B main. Hello, Robert. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget, doubleheader tonight. We will get done with the iRacing Fast Series, and we will go over to Williams Grove Speedway for the Flat Out Sim Series. Be week 2 for those guys. But Heat 1 is rolling off the grid. Does look like we're only going to have 7 cars, so 4 of them are going straight to the feature. The other 3 be going to the B main. One more time around behind the pace truck. They will cut it loose in the middle of turns 3 and 4. The gentleman on the pole picked up his very first World of Outlaws iRacing World Championship victory this past Monday night. Carries our colors on his car. It's the high side hustler, Mr. Braden. Now he's got the little Hurricane on his outside, and here we go. Green flags in the air. Heat race number 1 underway. Eiler and Hannigan jumping straight out to the front. Michael Sheridan is going to pull himself into the 3rd spot. Battle is for 4th. Chevalier was on the top side. Kirkman was on the inside. Kirkman keeping it in behind Chevalier in 5th. Vogel was out of shape off of 2, but he was able to grab the car and keep it in 6th. Xander Coleman in 7th. Meanwhile, at the front, Braden Eiler starting to get away quickly. You see the 5 car running the cushion. That's what he's known to do. That's why we call him the high side hustler, and he is running right up there in 3 and 4. Brings it down a lane in 1 and 2. Michael Sheridan, Mason Hannigan. Hannigan in 2nd, Sheridan in 3rd. Both going to the feature right here, but it's a better starting spot the closer to the front of your heat race, and Hannigan gets a little bit of fence in 3 and 4. That allowed Sheridan to close right up. We'll see if Michael can do anything with it. He needs a good run off of one of these corners so he can throw that slide job. 4 laps to go this time by. Eiler qualified at 11:87. He's still running 11:94. So he has not slowed down a bit since qualifying. 3 to go. Still Eiler, Hannigan, Sheridan, Kirkman still in 4th. He's a good distance back from 3rd. Vogel and Carter Chevalier. Chevalier's car in the infield. 2 to go that time for the high side hustler. He is in 3 and 4. He'll get the white flag this time. Good battle for 2nd still. Now Sheridan has the inside slide job coming to 1 and 2 on the final lap. Eiler's going through 3 and 4. He's going to pick up the win. Here comes Hannigan back again on Sheridan. Through the slider deep into 3 and 4. He gets 2nd. Sheridan is going to be 3rd. And Cole Kirkman will be our final transfer car directly to our feature. So a quick heat race there. 1 down, 2 to go. Guys, don't forget. Likes, shares, and follows. I don't care if you're on the YouTube channel. Hell, I see Nancy Eiler over there. Hello, Nancy. Over on the YouTube channel saying hi in the chat. If you're at Twitch, if you're on a YouTube channel, I don't care where you're at. Just say hello. We can see you. Heat 2 gridding out on the front stretch. Now to Hopstock, Indiana, the Ted Brown's Quality Paint and Body Shop, number 92 of Paint and Grease, on the pole and to his outside. The Jessup Logistics, number 25 of Richie Preston. Row 2 on the inside. TEH, number 11 of Zach Wittes. And on his outside, the Mountain Dew, number 35 of Eric Zolke. Row 3 inside. Michael Spengler, the 30 car on the outside. The 188 of Zach Holstrand. And in the 4th row on the inside, the muddy 72 car of Ludwig Bison. And to his outside, the Ultimate Dirt TV, Black Diamond Motorsports, the number 54 out of Ellerton, Florida, John Batista. And on the back row by himself, going to be the 27 car of Jamie Russell. That's the NOS Energy Drink sponsored machine. These guys going to cut it loose out of turn 4. Heat 2 of 3. Top 4 to the feature. Everybody else going to try to fight their way in from the B main. We'll put 24 cars for 30 laps out here. Green flag in the air. Grease kept that car right against those implement tires going through there. And he jumps to a quick lead. Richie Preston going to settle into second. Looks like Zolke into third. And Zach Holstrand, the orange and black machine, the Napa sponsor, sitting in the fourth spot. And around the top side, here comes John Batista, the 54 car. Just drove it right around him like he wasn't even there. He is into fourth, and if Batista can keep up that momentum on the top side, he may get to the front here pretty quick. He's got plenty of laps to do it. That time, Wiggly out of two. Going to settle into the fourth spot. Zolke still in third, but he's just barely in front of Batista. Batista right rear up against the fence. He's going to stay in fourth place. Gives Eric Zolke just a little bit of breathing room. There's Richie Preston now trying to reel in that 92 car. Preston in early, cutting it down low. See if he goes deep with the slide job. Now keeps the car down on the bottom. Peyton Reese going to hold on to the lead. Halfway home, heat race number 2. These two battling here is allowing Eric Zolke, the 35 car, to close in, and Batista is pushing him a little bit further forward. He's putting some pressure on. So these guys all racing in the top 4, and you can see them all on the screen. Batista barely missed clipping push bar on the back of the 25 car. Zolke out of shape. That lets Batista get by. Third and fourth swapping spots. Still chasing Preston and Grease, and Peyton Grease into lap traffic. He is right behind Bison. He's going to lap the 72 car. 2 to go that time. Still Grease, Preston, Batista, Zolke. Then Wittes. Wittes now closing in on the back of the 35 car. Loses a bunch of ground out of 2. They're going to get the white flag this time. Off turn 4, Richie Preston working around the inside of the 72. John Batista around the outside. Off of turn 4, checkered flag in the air. Heat race 2 winner, Peyton Grease. Richie Preston second, John Batista third. And Eric Zolke picking up that fourth and final transfer spot. Everybody else into the alphabet. See who the 4 cars are from the B main here in just a little bit. Heat number 3. Out on the front stretch. On the pole, Black Diamond Motorsports driving the 90 car, going to be Trevor Royer. On his outside, his teammate, Ultimate Dirt TV 19 Designs, Tim Sims, Black Diamond Motorsports, number 36 out of Sellersburg, Indiana. Nathan, the Lawnmower Man Davis. Row 2 on the inside, another Ultimate Dirt TV sponsor machinist, the 91 of Ernie Williams out of Lima, Ohio. Right there in his hometown, and on his outside, the Valvoline number 48 of William Yeager. Row 3 on the inside, the Scott King Design Team SKD number 118 out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Scott King, the pilot. And to his outside in the 46 car, Kenneth Hawkinson. That is the Dryden sponsored machine. And on to the back row on the inside, Lisa Blazer, the 43 car. And on her outside, Jake Fromke in the 63. So 8 more cars. 10 more laps, final heat race. Week number 3 of the iRacing Fast Series. They'll be going green out of turn 4. Yes, Hunter is on Twitch at the Dirt Racing Network. Don't forget, likes, follow, share, subscriptions.
Green, green, green.
Green flag in the air. Heat race number 3 underway. Trevor Royer. Got 2 of his teammates lined up behind him, Davis and Williams. So Black Diamond Motorsports out in front. Saw a car get out of shape in turn number 4. I want to say that was Blazer. Right now it's Royer, Davis, Williams, and then William Yeager down on the bottom. That 48 machine making some headway. He got around Williams at the line right there. We'll see if the 48 can keep the momentum going. Finding some grip down on the bottom. Battle for the lead. Nathan Davis through the middle. Has the inside on Trevor Royer. Not able to hold it. Royer uses the high side. Keeps the momentum up. Keeps the lead at the line. Oh, that time Yeager found a tire right at the exit of 2. It's going to let Williams get right back up and even with him. He's got third at the line that time. Still Royer. And then it's Davis and Williams close, side by side, going into 3. And Ernie Williams up on the top side running in fourth. That time Williams had second at the line. Or excuse me, Yeager had second at the line. Davis back to third. Now Ernie Williams sees what Yeager is doing. He's going to try to go to the bottom. 4 to go. Royer still running up on the high side. Yeager down on the bottom. Davis on his outside. Davis finds a little bit of fence, and Ernie Williams closes right in on him. Yeager letting the left front go on the inside of those tires, buried in the infield right there. Now he's got a lap car. That's Blazer that he had to deal with. 2 laps to go that time by. Still Royer out in front. Davis licks the wall off of 2. Going to be a 3-way battle. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, almost 3 wide in the middle of turns 3 and 4. White flag in the air. Royer running away with this one. He's going to pick up a heat race win, go straight to the feature. Who's going to be second? Looks like William Yeager off the bottom. He's going to pick up second. Nathan Davis is third. Ernie Williams is fourth. We'll see the other 4 cars here in just a moment in our B main. We're going to have a C main, a quick C main here. Got 7 cars scheduled. We'll see how many make the call. At least 4, because we know they're transferring into the back of the B. Going to be Jamie Russell on the pole, Lisa Blazer on the outside, Blake Anderson inside row 2 with Michael Spengler on the outside of that row. Scott King inside row 3 with Francis Major on the outside, and on the back row going to be Ludwig Beeson. So right now I'm seeing 6 of the 7 because Francis Major has not made the call. I don't think he made the call for his heat race either. Appreciate everybody spending their Friday evening with us. Back-to-back shows tonight. This is the iRacing Fast Series. They are representing the Renegades sanctioned Upper Midwest Sprint Car Series. The winner of this little 4-race mini series is going to have the opportunity to pick up a ride in a 305 sprint car. Hopefully we get to go racing this year. Kaylee Emerson putting that up for everybody. But right now we're in the C main. 4 cars are going to move on. 2 are going to be done for the night. And the green flag is in the air. 10 laps. Russell from the pole out in front. But here comes Blazer. Lisa Blazer throwing it deep into 3 and 4. Makes it 3 wide off the corner contact. And around goes Blazer. No cautions. Until we get to the feature, no cautions will be thrown. So Anderson inherits the lead with Spengler, King, and Russell. Jamie Russell starting on the pole, led 3/4 of the first lap. Got in a little tangle. Now is trying to battle to hang on to that final transfer spot. Bison is right on the inside. Watch the battle for the final transfer spot here. Spengler, Anderson, and King. King and Anderson trading spots as King had the inside. Scott King into position number 2. 30 car of Spengler. Looks like he is just trying to run through the middle, keep that car clean, keep it out of trouble, get a transfer spot. 72 car and the 27 car. 72 of Bison on the inside. Russell, the 27 on the high side there. These guys are battling for that final transfer spot. Whoever picks that up in 5 laps is going to get to hang around for at least one more race. The other one is going home. Keep our eyes on the battle here. There goes Blazer's car to the infield. After the contact, I wondered how many laps that car would be able to stay out there. It was pretty heavily damaged, and it looks like Lisa Blazer done for the evening. They're going to get 2 to go this time. Michael Spengler under the flag stand. Still with Scott King, Blake Anderson, and Ludwig Beeson in tow. White flag now. 1 more lap to go. Getting around here. About 12.9 seconds now. Track looked like it's starting to slick off pretty good, but coming out of turn 4, he's going to transfer to the B main. It's going to be Michael Spangler bringing Scott King, Blake Anderson, and Ludwig Beeson with him. Russell, Blazer, and Major will be done for the evening. That's a little crazy, Robert. I think we're going to start opening things up next month a little and a little bit more in June. And by July, I think we could be back to the racetrack. So I am hoping, fingers are crossed here. I know one of the local track promoters has said, you know what, let them come arrest me. We may very well go racing regardless of all this nonsense. I'm waiting to see what's going to happen there because I'll dang sure be at the race, giving them some support. All right, we're moving into the B main. We're taking 4 cars out of this 11-car field. Chris Vogel going to start on the pole. Zach Wittes to his outside. Ken Hawkinson inside row 2 with Carter Chevalier on the outside. Row 3 going to be Zach Holstrand and Jake Fromke. The 4th row, Xander Coleman, Michael Spangler. Spangler coming in from the C. And he brought Scott King and Blake Anderson from row 5 with him, as well as Ludwig Beeson on the back. So, actually, you know what? We're going to get 12. Everybody in this race is going to transfer through. We're taking 24. We're going to end up with 23. So everyone in this race, this is just going to be run so they can figure out where they're going to start in the feature. Because we had 12 out of the 3 heat races. So we need 24. But they're going to go green out of turn number 4. Everybody from here making the show. These guys just racing for a little bit of pride, a little bit of bragging rights. And their starting position in our feature race, but the field is set now. Is this just a formality? And the green flag is in the air. 12 laps of racing till we make it to our 30-lap feature. And out of the front row, Vogel way sideways and drove it down into the infield. You can see Holstrand jumping over the tires. He likes to hang that left front down there really low. Zach Wittes going to jump to the front off the high side around Carter. Chevalier was in the middle. Holstrand was still working the bottom. 46 car of Hawkinson trying to find space anywhere he can. See if he can find a sliver to get by these guys. Here comes Jake Fromke. That bright blue number 63 car, and he tries to get lower than Holstrand, and I don't think that's possible unless you're driving through the infield. Now pushes him up wide off the line. Going to use the grip down on the bottom where it's tacky. Lurches forward, and they were almost 4 wide through turns 3 and 4. Chevalier, Holstrand, Fromke, and Hawkinson. Chevalier off the top side, going to hang on to second. Holstrand trying to do the same. He slides. Chevalier, they make mild contact there, and they're 3 wide down the front stretch. Limaland Speedway. That may be a dangerous proposition. You see them playing bumper tag left and right, and there we go. There's your first casualty. Hawkinson got into the blender, and he's going to end up pureed from that deal. It's still Wittes out in front. Fromke now second. Holstrand is third. Chevalier fourth. Spangler in the 5th spot. He came from the C main. Scott King come from the C main with him. Those two up to 5th and 6th. Another C main driver, the 72 car, Beeson, and he just gets pushed from behind right there. I'm not sure why. Maybe he lost some momentum. He's sitting back in the 8th spot. We're going to go back towards the front now. Zach Holstrand working around the top side. He has gotten around Fromke. Fromke driving through the infield. Surprised he didn't get a black flag for hitting the cone right there. But he is keeping that car really low. Oh, pulls out in front of Scott King, and now he's in the puree machine. 2 to go this time by for Wittes. Holstrand, Chevalier, and Spangler, the top 4. Zach Wittes going to see the white flag. This time, B main is almost over. Everybody transferred through. But it looks like the checkered flag going to get picked up by the 11 car. Zach Wittes right here out of turn number 4. Zach Holstrand, the Zach and Zach show, going to run 1, 2. Carter Chevalier, Michael Spangler, and Scott King going to run out the top 5 in the B main. These guys will have a couple of minutes of warm up here. And while they do that, we'll watch this. right, practice winding down. These guys about ready to get to it. 30 green flag laps. Caution laps will not count. 23. Cars ready to do battle. Like I said at the top of the broadcast, Michael Sheridan has a 26-point lead over Braden Eiler, both drivers in this feature race. And with the invert starting on the pole, going to be William Yeager, Richie Preston on his outside, Mason Hannigan inside row 2, Trevor Royer on the outside of that row, Peyton Greason, Braden Eiler, the high side hustler, making up a row number 3. Michael Sheridan, John Batista, row 4. Row 5 are going to be Nathan Davis and Cole Kirkman. Eric Zolke and Ernie Williams in row 6. Row 7, Zach Wittes and Zach Hallstrand. Those guys coming in and out of the B. Chevalier and Spengler in row number 8. Row 9, Scott King and Ludwig Beeson. And in the 10th row, Chris Vogel and Blake Anderson. Row 11 will be Jake Fromke and Ken Hawkinson. And on the back by himself, Xander Coleman going to start P23. Guys, don't forget, as soon as this one is over, we will be switching channels, staying right here on the Dirt Racing Network. We'll be heading over to Williams Grove Speedway for the Flat Out Sim Series. Full night of racing tonight. And then tomorrow night, we are going to stream a little practice event. The NCRA modified guys from the Midwest all getting together. They are going to put on a show on Monday night right here on the Dirt Racing Network. And they're going to have a little practice race, and I am going to stream just a little bit of it. But the green flag is in the air. Feature race underway, and Yeager been working that bottom, was hanging that left front tire over those implement tires down on the infield, and he is still doing that as we head out of 4 for the first lap. Yeager, Preston, Royer were the top 3. Big junk back in turn 3 and 4. See what happened. We'll look at the 30 car. He was in the middle, split the difference. Oh, he and Scott King just a little too close together going down into turn 3. A little bit of tire on tire action right there, and that spins out Michael Spengler. So we are going to wait for just a moment. Make sure everybody is in order where they are supposed to be. Yeager, Preston, Royer, Hannigan, Grease, Eiler, Sheridan, Batista, Davis, and Kirkman were the top 10. We were 2 laps into this. It's 35 laps. Lights off on the pace truck. We're going green out of 4. Single file restarts. William Yeager going to get us restarted. He's on the throttle. Green flag's back in the air. Preston went a lane higher, trying to see if he could do anything in the first set of corners with Yeager. Mason Hannigan, Trevor Royer going top side. Up to the penthouse, and Royer got the best of that. He's going to get up alongside of Mason Hannigan. Royer now using the momentum, the cushion line. He's got third, and he's looking for second around Preston. He may have it out of turn number 2. He may go for the lead out of turn 4 if these guys stay at the bottom. Trevor Royer making a statement early. 5 laps into this one, he was up his side. Yeager for second. Oh, car out of shape. Chris Vogel trying to grab the 2 car back up. We'll see what happened to Vogel. This is off of turn 4 right before we got the caution. Just got the car a little out of shape, got a little push, and with traffic coming right there, that's going to trigger a caution every single time. So Vogel going to move to the back. Yeager, Royer, Preston, Hannigan, Eiler, the top 5. Batista, Grease, Sheridan, Davis, and Ernie Williams cracking the top 10 now. Hello, Mr. Keegan. All right, should be going back to green this time out of turn number 4. Still 29 laps to go. Let's see where our points guys are. Eiler looks like he's in about 4th place here.
Green.
Green flag back in the air. Michael Sheridan back in about 9th right now, so we'll see where those two shake out at the end of this thing. William Yeager keeping that car down on the bottom of Trevor Royer. Maybe just too strong around the top side. He's working the cushion. He's going to come out of turn 2 with a big head of steam. New leader 90 car. Trevor Royer out in front. Now Yeager's going to have to decide, do I want to stay down here and see what I can do? Royer now finds a little peril up on the top, clips the fence a little bit, and that gives Yeager back the advantage going into turn 3. Yeager's keeping the car safe down on the bottom, but he doesn't have the lead at the line. Royer got it back. Royer, Yeager, Hannigan, Batista. John Batista working the top side. The high side hustler doing the same right behind him. Braden Eiler now into your top 5. Richie Preston, Peyton Grease, Ernie Williams, Michael Sheridan in 8th. Just got around Peyton Grease for a split second. Grease too strong off the top side. That's 7th and 8th, battling back and forth. 92 car tries to cut under the 15. Sheridan now has got company on the high side. Ernie Williams around the very top. Gets shut off by Grease, had to back it down. Moves Sheridan back to 9th. Braden Eiler now making a move around Mason Hannigan. He's going to be into 3rd. John Batista went around him and took 2nd. Royer still out in front. It's Royer, Batista, Eiler, Hannigan, and Preston, your top 5. We're watching 2nd and 3rd. John Batista working the cushion. So is Braden Eiler. Fast way around here. It's the only place it looks like there's any wet dirt at all is right up there along the fence. Eiler with a little bit of right rear job into the white fence out there. He loses about 4 car lengths. These guys heavily into lap traffic. That looked like Vogel taking his car to the infield. Already inside the top 20. Trevor Royer still working traffic. Royer with a big blink. That car looks like he is back now. He just lapped in the 18th place. Spangler right here. He's going to go around him out of turn number 4, halfway home. Still Royer. Now Batista starting to close the gap. Braden Eiler still hanging on in 3rd. Mason Hannigan in 4th. Richie Preston, Ernie Williams. Williams was all the way up to the 4th position. Now has lost a spot or 2. Michael Sheridan now in 7th. Points leader inside the top 10. He goes around the 25 and then finds trouble. This is probably going to be a caution. That car was almost stopped down there in 3 and 4, and Sheridan thought he was going to be able to slide right across in front of him. Just couldn't quite clear him. Royer, Batista, Eiler, Hannigan, Preston, and then Williams, Sheridan, Yeager, Davis, and Grease making up the top 10 as we are 15 laps from the end. Under, I believe, our 3rd caution. Appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. Don't forget to stay around. We are going to shut the broadcast down long enough to move from Lima, Ohio to Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. We will pick up the Flat Out Sim Series at about, it's about 30 minutes from now, I think. About 25 minutes from now. Back with show number 2 on a Friday night for you. Tomorrow night, NCRA Modifieds be here for a practice race. And then Monday night, 8 o'clock Eastern. They'll be putting on their big event. All right, Back to the front we go, out of turn number 4, 15 laps to go, green flag in the air. Clear track in front of the leaders now. They had lapped all the way up to 18th position, with 17 cars still on the lead lap. Didn't take these guys long to start finding lap traffic the last time we had a good green run. Right now it looks like Royer going to stay on the top side. Batista going to stay with him. Eiler's going to stay up there too. Mason Hannigan was down on the bottom, and Richie Preston looks like maybe he's going to squeak by. Good drive down the backstretch for Hannigan, but not quite enough. Preston had the lead on Hannigan right there. Ernie Williams going to come around with him too. Hannigan may lose 2 spots and go back to 7th. Still Royer, Batista, and Eiler, 1, 2, 3, the teammates up in the front. Both cars a little bit free on the exit of turn 2. Looks solid on the exit of turn 4. On board with John Batista right here, chasing his teammate down. You can see Josh Chow close there running to the fence. Oh, he got a little too close to the fence that time. He's going to grab the car back, but Royer's going to get quite a bit of distance, about 3 or 4 car lengths right there. You got to look out of the right side of the car. You can see just how close these guys are running to that fence. Hanging the camera up over the wall. Back to the live action. Royer now starting to get into traffic. He's once again in lap traffic. That's Blake Anderson, already 2 laps down in this race. 5 to go this time by Royer, Batista, Eiler, 1, 2, 3, and caution. Peyton Grease's car. Upside down out of turn number 2. Little clip of the tire, little touch on Fromke. He gets hooked, gets out in front of Spengler. Spengler goes ahead and spikes him and flips him over. So we'll wait for this to shake out just a little bit. It looks like it's still Royer, Batista, Eiler, Preston Williams, the top 5. Hannigan, Davis, Sheridan, Yeager, and Kirkman in our top 10. So about 5 spots between the points leader and second place. Each spot worth about 2-3 points, so it'll cut the points lead in half as we're going to head into that final race next week. If they stay the way they are, but they still got 5 laps to go when we get the green. Yeah, Chad, it looks pretty smooth, looks pretty fresh out there, especially along the top. But we are about to go green. 5 laps to go. iRacing Fast Series. Green flag's back in the air. Royer, Batista, Eiler currently the top 3. Ernie Williams tried to make a move on the inside of Preston. Wasn't able to make that work, but he's going to hold Mason Hannigan off. That's 4th, 5th, and 6th. Yeah, 4th, 5th, and 6th right there. Excuse me. Nathan Davis now, 36 car into 7th. There's Michael Sheridan. Sheridan made a move around Davis, and he's got 7th spot away. Putting 1 more spot closer to the front. 2 to go this time out of turn 4. Caution 1 more time. Maybe going to get just a little sloppy here at the end. Oh, contact there. That was the 35 car. Oh, there you go. There's your spinner, Zach Holstrand. Believe he caught another tire down there. So we'll get everybody realigned. They'll get the 1 to go the next time by. 2 laps to go. 2 lap shootout in this one. Royer, Batista, Eiler still the top three. Preston, Williams, Hannigan, Davis, Sheridan, Yeager, and Kirkman. Sheridan had gotten around Davis, but because it went back to the last time they crossed the start-finish line, it puts him back into the 8th position. All right, pace truck is headed in. 2 laps to go. Royer's on the throttle. The green flag flying again. Keep our eyes on the leader here, the top 3. Royer, Batista, Eiler. White flag was that time. Now we're at the checks. Thought we had 2 to go. I guess we're going to give us a 1-lap race. And it is going to finish up Royer, Batista, and Eiler. We'll get these guys to pull them around onto the front stretch. They'll give us a nice pose. We'll grab these guys up for some interviews here in just a couple of minutes. Get Mr. Royer to get back down here to these guys where he can park and we can... All right, that'll do for us right there. We'll get these guys in here one at a time. Nope, he's going to be hidden at that angle, so we'll just let the speaker hide the nose of the car. We don't need to see that front wing anyway. We'll grab Mr. Braden Eiler. Braden Eiler, you got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
All right, man. Well, 3rd place tonight. It's going to keep you close in of the points for sure. Talk to us about that run out there in this 3rd place finish, buddy.
Yeah, the track was black slick top to bottom, and I mean, you know, I really didn't have anything I could have done, and I wasn't gonna try and do anything dumb or anything. So I was just kind of riding and taking 3rd at that point. But I kind of wish I would have did gear change and went a little lower than what I had planned. But Trevor drove a good race, and good win to him.
Yeah, it looks like you finished about 4 or 5 spots here ahead of Michael Sheridan, so that's going to cut the points lead down a little bit as we get ready to head into that final week next week. You got a shot at this guy? You gonna take the win here?
Hopefully next week's at Knoxville, so should be all right there, but we'll see.
Usually a good track for you. I know you won a pro race there this past week, man. I'm sure you got a bunch of thank yous to hand out to everybody. Helps you get it done. Once you do that, we'll let you go celebrate.
Yeah, thanks to the Racing Network, Kinzer Sim Team, Border Tire, Wicked Cushion, everybody over there at Wicked Cushion Esports, and thanks to Carter for putting this league on, and good one to Trevor.
All right, man. Well, we know that Nancy was watching over on our YouTube channel, and she told you good run, buddy.
All right.
All right, and that's your 3rd place finisher, Braden Eiler. Let us get to 2nd place here, John Batista. JB, you got a copy?
Hey, what's up?
Well, 2nd place for you tonight, man. Talk to us about this feature, especially how slick that track got and how you come home on the 2nd step of the podium.
Yeah, I actually just joined the league about 5 minutes before the race started. I didn't really have much practice except for last night's who did we run? Oh, it was DSRL last night. Last night's DSRL race here, so I ran the same setup I ran last night that I usually run for linear, and it was super fast. A little bit different in the 360, but I wish I had about 10 more laps at Trevor. I feel like track slipped off just a little bit more. I would have had a better shot at him, but he was super quick up there.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about chasing your teammate around the whole time. It looked like you guys were pretty much doing the exact same thing, running up at the very, very top. Just about the only place to run here when it starts to get slick.
Yeah, pretty much. You saw last night, we actually had the middle rolling pretty quick, which is kind of odd for this track, really, but I think it's just a combo of a bunch of different variables. Didn't have as many people running in this track as we did last night, and it might have been the fact that we were running a day race this time. Usually it's switched around. Usually the day races I find are better than the night races, so I'm not really sure how that worked out. But yeah, Trevor was quick. I tried a few different lines. I tried running the cushion all the way around. I tried the bottom on the last lap. It didn't work. I tried coming off the wall. I know Braden did a few times, but I just kept losing Trevor. He was set up really good.
Yeah, it looked like everybody was really kind of chasing him. Once he got around everybody on the high side, he tried to sneak away from everybody. You guys were in lap traffic for a couple of laps there, and he was making good time through there, and you guys were getting hung up just a little bit. The caution didn't necessarily work out, but at the time, did you think it was a godsend?
No, actually, I made up a little time on him when we first got into lap traffic. As we started progressing through the lap traffic, he started pulling away a little bit, but we were coming up on a pretty big pack, so I felt like that was a good chance for me to make a move. If I was going to be able to make a move with all the cars that he was going to have to drive through, chances were pretty high that he would make at least one mistake, I feel like. But, goes the same way for me. Chances are pretty high I was going to have to make a mistake or make a move to the bottom. And I know Braden was right on me that whole time.
All right, man. Well, tell everyone who helps you get it done, and we'll let you celebrate a great second-place run tonight.
Yeah, I just want to thank Drew Neal at 19 Designs, all the guys on my team, Black Diamond Motorsports. Congrats to Trevor on his first win in what seems like ages. I know he's been running a lot of non-wing lately and doing pretty good, but hasn't really had the luck lately in the winged car. I'm glad to see things are finally coming together for him after a really long iRacing break this past season. Congrats to those guys on my team behind me. Finished pretty well.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. We look forward to seeing you next week, buddy.
Thank you, Roger.
Second place finisher, John Batista. We'll grab Mr. Royer, and we will bring up Trevor Royer. You got a copy?
What's up, Roger?
Well, man, it's been a little while since I talked to you in Victory Lane. So, first off, let's shake off the cobwebs, man. How did you pick up the win tonight?
Man, you know what? First thing, kept it off the fence. Well, actually, I didn't keep it off the fence. I did hit it a few times, but I didn't flip it. Was key one of winning that race. And it has been a very long time since I've talked to you in Victory Lane, and I'm pretty excited right now.
Well, in order to finish first you must finish. So you accomplish that. You get the win tonight, man. Talk to us about the track and how difficult all of that was. The changes, and then you guys get into some lap traffic there, and you were pulling away. Your teammates kind of closed things back in on you, and then you get the caution, man. Talk to us about how that whole sequence went down.
Yeah, getting through lap traffic, that was tricky. Everyone was pretty respectable. I didn't have too many issues getting through lap traffic. I didn't feel slowed down very much by them running the top. I don't know how many people were up there, but that definitely felt like the fastest line for me. And yeah, I definitely don't. I think I would rather ran it out under green without the cautions at the end, but because I didn't know if John was going to pull a move on me on the last few laps or not. And it never came. I was kind of expecting it, but good run for him anyways.
All right, man. Well, I know you haven't done this in a while, but we are going to force you to tell us who helps you get it done out there, and then we'll let you celebrate a hard-earned victory tonight, buddy.
I want to thank my team, Black Diamond Motorsports. They've been a great help, especially since I just getting back into it the past, probably month. Ultimate Dirt TV, Roger, you broadcasting on Dirt Racing Network, that's awesome. I think Carter and Nicholas run this league. Shout out to them. And shout out to John on second and Braden on third.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us, and we look forward to seeing you in the very near future, hopefully back in Victory Lane.
Yep, thanks, Roger.
All right, your winner tonight, Trevor Royer. Real quickly, let's look at the results here. All right, we're not going to get to look at the results because something is going on with my timing screen. But it was Trevor Royer, John Batista, 1-2. Braden Aller in third, Ernie Williams fourth, Mason Hannigan fifth, Nathan Davis was sixth, Michael Sheridan seventh, William Yeager was eighth, Richie Preston ninth, Cole Kirkman 10th, Eric Zolke was 11th, Carter Chevalier 12th, 13th was Zach Wittes. Scott King in 14th. Jake Fromke finished 15th. Peyton Grease 16th. Michael Spengler 17th. Zach Holstrand was 18th. 19th was Blake Anderson. 20th, Xander Coleman. Ludwig Beeson in 21st. Ken Hawkinson was 22nd. And rounding out the field was Chris Vogel. We have one more week left in this series. These guys are 3/4 of the way done with this. It is the iRacing Fast Series Renegades sanctioned Upper Midwest Sprint Car Series. And the winner, next week, we are going to crown a champion. That person is going to be offered a chance to ride in a 305 sprint car provided by Kaylee Emerson. So be sure to tune in next Friday night, 8:30 Eastern, to see who is crowned the champion, who gets the opportunity to take the ride. I will be back in just a little bit with the... that is just crazy. I can't believe this thing's rewinding all on its own like that. Anyway, I will be back with the Flat Out Sim Series here from Williams Grove in just a little bit. It's going to be about 10 minutes. So tune back in here in just a few minutes. We appreciate everybody being here. Keep it dirty till I see you the next time. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Good night.